At the 2016 Rio Paralympics, one of the stars on show was Bulgarian shot putter Ruzhdi Ruzhdi. The 26-year-old took gold in the F55 category with a world record throw of 12.33 meters. It was his nation's only medal of the Games.
The reaction I received when I returned home was incredible. There were so many people waiting for me with flags, and they were all cheering and smiling. I had so much support, it was great. When I first got into this sport, I dreamt of becoming a Paralympic champion and a world champion. And one by one, my dreams have become reality. It's given me so much happiness, but it has also taken a lot of hard work and dedication.
Ruzhdi hails from Glodgevo in the northeast of Bulgaria. Growing up, he wasn't particularly interested in sports. However, when he was 17, his life was to change forever after he was seriously injured in a car crash.
I was driving really fast and suddenly lost control of the car. I remember careering off into a field, and then the car started rolling. At that point, I flew out of the car. I don't remember too much after that, apart from being thrown from the car.
Ruzhdi hadn't been wearing a seatbelt. After falling out of the car, the vehicle landed on top of his body. This broke his spine, paralyzing him from the waist down.
I said to myself at the time that I would keep going and remain hopeful about life. Of course, it's not nice to end up in a wheelchair, unable to walk. But I try to stay as positive as possible.
Following the accident, Ruzhdi began rehabilitation in the small Bulgarian town of Pavelbanya. It was during his stay at the Diana Mar Hotel that he met Bulgarian Paralympian Daniela Todorova. She won bronze in the javelin at the 2008 Beijing Paralympics, and she was to have a huge influence on Ruzhdi's life.
I met Ruzhdi when we were both going through rehabilitation. At the time, I was training for the Paralympics and saw this guy and thought that he had the right build for the throwing events. So I told my brother, who was my coach, and he was keen to meet Ruzhdi. Once they met, my brother was really impressed with him.
I was introduced to Radostin through Daniela, because she had told him I was interested in trying out the shot put and discus. When we finally met, I remember him saying to me, "You have long arms. You're suited to these events. Why don't we start training?" So I said, why not? I had nothing else to do. And things just went from there, really.
Ruzhdi is a very modest person. What persuaded me to start training him was his focus and discipline. He has dreams, and he is someone who wants to achieve things and progress in life. He doesn't let his disability stop him. I knew that this outlook would prove useful in training, because it's important for an athlete to be both ambitious and hardworking.
Radostin has been coaching Ruzhdi since 2010. Due to his spinal injury, Ruzhdi uses a purpose-built chair for the shot put. It supports his back and enables him to rotate and throw the shot freely. These days, Ruzhdi trains intensely, 5 days a week.
When it comes to training, we do different exercises every day. Some days I throw the shot outdoors, and on other days I lift weights. Shot put requires a lot of strength, so we have special exercises to suit my needs.
Ruzhdi first represented Bulgaria at the 2012 Paralympics in London, where he finished 15th. 2 years later, he became European champion, and in 2015, he was crowned world champion. At last year's European Championships, the 26-year-old won gold in both the shot put and discus. His mother has looked on with pride at her son's achievements.
His goal right now is to keep on improving and getting even better results. Ruzhdi doesn't want to disappoint his fans and those around him who have supported him. Why not achieve more? That's what he always says to me.
Saimi is always on hand to assist Ruzhdi. They live together in Pavelbanya, where Ruzhdi's coach is based, some 260 kilometres from their hometown. Since his accident 9 years ago, this Paralympian has certainly come a very long way.
One of my dreams was to buy a car and drive again, but I couldn't afford one. I really love cars and motorbikes, and now I have my license. I have a car, I'm mobile, and it feels great. If I decide to go somewhere, I can get into the car and just go. That's if I don't have training, of course. So that's what I like to do in my spare time.
The 2017 Para-Athletics World Championships take place in London next month, and Ruzhdi will be a strong favourite to retain his shot put title.
As long as I'm healthy and in good shape, I will keep on competing. It's my aim to win even more medals. What I would like to do is to achieve more glory for Bulgaria at events all around the world.
Ruzhdi's success has proved an inspiration to many in his homeland.
After his triumph in Rio, many people started calling both Ruzhdi and I. People who wanted to start training, people with the same condition as Ruzhdi. They were saying that he had given them hope and the strength to keep fighting and to follow their dreams. So I think that he really is a great example to others.
Never give up, whatever your situation. Carry on any way you can. It's all about holding your head up high and doing your best.